Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 3v3 ladder match here on the most amazing Roxas map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. We'll start with Team 1 on the western side, also known as the blue team, and we'll end with Team 2 on the right side, also known as red team. Starting off with Team 1's northern player, we have in royal blue, it is Broby playing as a Cybran. He is a 1346 rated. To his south in amethyst purple, we have Team 1 Sergeant Sausage, or Sarge Sausage. He is a UEF for this match as a 1678 rated. He's the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall, and he is a UEF. And last but not least, for Team 1 in Stitch Blue, we have another UEF. It is Blade. He is a 1457 rated, again in Stitch Blue. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 2 UEF and then 1 Siren with 0 Aeon and 0 Seraphim. Moving on to Team 2 southern side, first we have in Chevy Crimson, it is another UEF. It is Zigster. He is in Chevy Crimson as a 1257. To his north in orange color orange, we have the Cybran of Kelly. He is a 1644 rated, the highest rated player on Team 2, again in orange, the color orange. And running off Team 2, we have in the north the one and only Seraphim of the match being Pika Man. He is in ruby red as a 1510 rated. So for Team 2 side of the match, they have one difference between Team 1. They have 1 UEF and 1 Cybran. And again, the one and only Seraphim with 0 Aeon, which means for the entirety of this match, there are no Aeon players. Apologies to those loyal to the princess. Hopefully you enjoyed the game nonetheless. And for these 6 players on the map, let's take a look at their reclaim situation. Currently sitting at... it's almost 6,000 mass, which makes the math easy in my head. 1,000 mass per player. There is a almost 500 clump right there, and that looks like it is a T2 Cybran facility that has been destroyed at some point. There is a clumpage of 300 in the south and then in the north, of course. And then besides that, I think that's really about a couple of 200s in the middle of the map. Nothing too crazy in terms of additional mass on the map. But in terms of mexes as well, we'll take a look at Team 2 side of the map. There is a Trimex position in the north and then a quad as well. Looks like they're going to both go to Pika Man. In the south, we have a quad mex position on the right-hand side of the map. Looks like that went to Zigster. And then, not Zigster, yeah, Zigster. And then besides that, looks like that's pretty much all the major clumpages of mexes, of obviously the customary one-offs dotted around the map. But besides that, there's really not a lot of mexes to grab. So it's a desert in terms of mexes and mass in terms of reclaim. So players are going to be scrimping for every little scrap that they can. I will note that this map has 2 major lanes, the north and the south. There is technically a middle lane, but I highly doubt we'll see much action, at least concentrated here. We might see some overflow or like units moving back and forth between the 2 lanes, but I don't imagine we'll see much. There's a comm over here, and then they're throwing units at one another here. It's probably just going to be the north and the south. We do see some com action happening on the south side. Blade versus Zigster. We do see it's UEF versus UEF, so no hit point advantages one way or the other there. In the north, we do see that Team 1's Broby Hex, he claimed the Trimex position for Team 2's Pika Man, but Team 2's Pika Man's going for a gun upgrade now. He's almost about halfway done with it, which means looks like he's going to kick out Broby now. We do see he's falling back. Looks like either... Who's circling that? Is that him? No, that's probably Sarge saying, hey, I'm moving in. He's moving in as well. So it's going to be a 2v1 scenario in favor for Team 1 in the north, and it's going to be a 2v1 scenario in favor for Team 2 in the south. We see Zigster continuing to harass Team 1's mexes down here. Blade moving in to try to protect that mex emplacement. Looks like both teams have the same idea of going for the opposite Trimex position. Again, they're denying some mass, but they're both denying the same location, which means neither of them gets it, which means it kind of just zeroes out anyways. So as long as they don't take it, which we see Team 1's Broby already doing, we do see that Pika Man's inbound. But the comm of Broby almost has his gun upgrade done. Pika Man really needs to be aware of that because it's going to be a 2v1. He knows the comms are there, and Kelly's taking some damage in the south. Kelly blocking some shots for Zigster. He's falling into the yellow. Team 1 PD trying to be hastily built by Blade. Kelly losing lots and lots of hit points here. Not looking too hot, but again, going after the engineers to prevent the construction of that T1 PD emplacement. Kills off some of the engineers, so slows down its construction, but it looks like it will finish. Blade continuing to just harass Kelly, and I'm going to split things off because things are getting crazy in the north. Most likely, Broby has reclaimed his Trimex position. He's going to start rebuilding those mexes, and Kelly drops to about 200 hit points. Zigster blocking for Kelly. Ooh, that was super, super close. Maybe he got to 200, maybe even got to 100, but T1 PD emplacement is there now. We see facilities being built. Why am I making and on this? What? Why I am making and on this side only? No idea what that meant. But anyway, looks like the action in the north didn't actually kick off as much as I thought. I didn't want to miss anything, so that's good that I didn't miss anything. T2 started for Pika Man in the north, and Team 2 Zigster is going to grab these mexes for now. Again, almost to 1-star veterancy. Doesn't have any gun upgrades online. Same thing with Blade. He's a lot further behind in terms of the veterancy game, but it's 77 versus 800 hit points between the two players, so a prolonged engagement is not good for Team 2 just because there's more forces here. And Kelly's going to be out of the fight for a while. He's back up to 1,300, but he's going home, probably going to go for Stealth and then Nano, if not go for T2 just to get some boost in hit points. So he's going to be out of the fight at least for a little bit. So technically now it's a 1v1. It's still 2v1 in the north for Team 1. T2 is almost done for Pika Man. Brober getting a couple of facilities online just to get some of those units spammable and whatnot. T2 Air is online for Sarge, and T2 Air is also online for Kelly. So game is over. My counterpart has way more eco. Kelly's at 50, and Sarge is at 60. I mean, way more eco, 10 more mass. I don't know about that. It does look like, technically, Team 1's Sarge actually, I mean, he has more mexes, or at least offhanded, because he has that quad mex position there. Team 2 does not have that quad mex position for Pika Man. Not Pika Man, for Kelly, excuse me. We have gun started for Blade, gun started for Zigster. Upgrades will progress probably at the same rate-ish. We see a couple of pillars moving in to assist Zigster just to protect him. Blade not assisting his comm for now. So it doesn't matter what upgrade finishes first, because once one of them finishes and starts to move in range, the other upgrade will finish anyway. So unless somebody really spams one up pretty quickly, it's not going to matter who finishes first. It just matters that they finish at the end of the day. Unless somebody comes and tries to snipe them with some Janus, which it looks like Janus are being built. Same thing with Corsairs for Team 2. We do see in the north a couple of units inbound from Kelly to harass, but again, nothing too bad. Yeah, engineers are a loss, unfortunately, but the T1 PD is almost done. Sarge could actually finish it, to be honest, but he might just get some reclaim. And he's going for a T2 engineering suite, so never mind. Pika Man going after Broby. It's gun and T2 for Team 2, and Broby's just standing there taking shots. He's not looking good. Units are inbound for Broby's comm. Oh, he's not getting out of there anytime soon. He would need a transport or something to come pick him up, but there's no way he's getting out of there. He has 4 units to the north, and he's losing hit points incredibly quickly. Yeah, that's going to be a kill for Team 2. We have a couple of units inbound, but that's not going to matter, and they get blown up anyways. And there's the kill there. Team 2's Pika Man runs over Broby at 11.5 minutes. And it's now a 2v3 in favor for Team 2 at, again, 11.5 minutes. We do see T2 started for Sarge's comm there to the north. We see a little bit of pushback from those remaining forces from Broby. But again, it's just going to annoy Pika Man. Not going to be a super concern. And it's going to give some more veterancy. So why not that? And in the south, we do see, again, more units starting to roam around a little bit for Team 2. Kelly, of course, is focused on getting some Corsairs. That is getting to be about, not a snipe territory, but pretty darn close. And then go there, says Kelly. And T2 is about to be finished. He doesn't have gun online, so he doesn't have the advanced, not advanced range, but more range online. There's the upgrade finished off. Sarge getting some benefits of that Mantis assistance. Mantis are inbound just to try to clog up the works going after the Zooies. Sarge is taking some damage. He needs to move. He's taking lots and lots of damage from that. Doesn't want to sit there long term. He has to fall back. We have Janus over the top of Team 2's Kelly going after the T2 Pigeon and the T2 Air headquarters. It's being repaired as we speak. Where are those Corsairs? The Corsairs are going after Sarge. And it might be another kill for Team 2 here shortly. Sarge taking shots left and right. Oh, there he goes. And he is killed off. He does kill off most of the Janus in that, not most of the Corsairs in that attack because of his explosion. But the air facility is gone for Kelly, so I think he'll take that as a fair trade. Team 2 has now killed off both of the players that they sent to the north. So it's now a 3v1 in favor for Team 2. T3 Air is online now for Blade. It's him versus the world, but again, he has all of the eco at his disposal, and he is producing the most mass in the game at 211. So as long as he can stay alive, he might be fine, but we have seen it. You know, APM, fatigue, all that sort of stuff sets the setting, especially this early in the game. It's really going to hurt him. I wouldn't be surprised if we see probably Pika Man killing off this position at a bare minimum. He's going to try to keep this position online as much as possible. His main air grid should be fine. As long as he gets some AA and some shielding here, it shouldn't be a problem. Unless, you know, just the spammable stuff from Team 2 comes up. But T2 Air is redone once again for Kelly, going for T3. And now, again, these players can take it a little bit easy. Not too easy, but just a little bit. Just a smidgen. A little bit more easy just because, again, it is 3v1. Even if Team 2 loses 2 players, as long as they can kill off 1 more, they win. So they can, again, not be super, you know, hands off, but they can at least not take it super hard in terms of like having to push kind of thing. We do see Blade has, again, gun online, same thing with Zixter. He has fallen a little bit into the yellow, but nothing too bad. He has some forces stacked up here. They're mainly T1s. Zixter dealing with a couple of some interceptors with some flak. And now we're starting to see a little bit of the cracking for Team 1. We have units this way. We have units this way. Blade is running in and out around the map. And that snipe on Sarge might have maybe been the game-winning move or the move to set the stage for the win. Because, again, that APM is going to be sucked away very quickly. You know, Mexes are being eliminated. Team 2 is now in the lead for Eco, and they're going to just continue to just skyrocket, I would imagine. And I think Blade might start to focus on maybe going after snipes and maybe make things at least a little bit even. Even make it a 2v1 is better than a 3v1. T2PD being built in bases just to defend. We have a Titan trying to run by. He's not going to run by in time, unfortunately, for him. And we do see a couple of those pillars moving in and trying to engage one another and shoo them away. Those 4 mexes, that's at bare minimum 24 mass a second that Team 1's missing out on. And that is pretty much reflected by the lead that Team 2 has. T3 Air is online for Team 2. And it looks like everything for Pika Man has been transferred over to Kelly. Besides maybe 1 mex. I don't know why. Maybe he had to go somewhere or something. Oh, sent units to take, please. I have to go, child. Okay. So it looks like he had to go deal with his child, which is unfortunate, but it does happen. So technically it is a 2v1 at this stage, but we'll see if that makes a huge difference or not. Again, his units are still there. His comm is still there, so he can maybe come back to the game in real life, but we'll see if he does so or not. A couple of pillars still running amok for Team 1. Killed off another mex. That's 5 dead mexes, maybe even 6. No, it's not 6 at this point. More T2PD being built, more and more all over the map. We have bricks now being produced by Blade's facilities to the north. We have Titans still roaming around. And it's go for Team 2 in the south. They're using the faster units for the UEF, being the Titans. I wouldn't be surprised to see... Yep, there they are. See some Perseus, and he's building some spearheads. The one benefit of having the hover queue online is that I can see what he's up to, at least in those facilities. We do see Titan just running all around, all the circles around these T1 and T2 forces. There's a couple of Titans pillars in there, but nothing too crazy. We see a couple of forces here from Team 2's Pika Man dealing with the remaining forces in the middle from Blade. So the middle of the map is under Team 2's control. The at least northern half-ish is under Team 2's control. Southern half, same thing. And again, map control is favoring Team 2, but honestly not by much. We have Titans inbound for more and more mexes, and again, it's just going to be a slow death, I think. If Team 2 wins, which, again, anything can happen in the next 25 minutes, it's going to be by slow death. It's going to be, you know, poking and prodding here, and then running by still here, and all of that. It's not going to be, you know, one glorious explosion, which it could be, but it's probably going to be death by 1,000 cuts. Especially with one player kind of out of commission right now. I highly doubt that it's going to be a big explosion. And that's if Team 2 wins. If Team 1 wins, I don't know what it's going to be. I really don't. Wall section not preventing every unit from getting by. I think because there's a build restriction on the very, very edge. So some units can still run by. I don't know if that's a feature. I think that's a feature. I was going to say not a bug. You see a lot of pillars stacking up in the UEF tech. I'm surprised he's not going for Percy's. But maybe he's just focused so much on his eco and trying to get that up and get his air. But he's at 180 to 330. Not looking too hot. We do see a broadsword is now online. So going from the T1 Jesters to the T3 broadsword is a huge jump in firepower and HP. Air grid expansion going down for Kelly. And Kelly's producing 200 mass. More mass than what Blade is producing. So that is, again, trend-wise, not a good thing. We see Titans moving in to intercept the pillars. More Titans intercepting those Mongoose as well. Huge group of forces falling back to deal with the Team 1 Mantis. And again, like I said, it's just a little bit of annoyance here, a little bit of annoyance here, a little bit of annoyance here. Just all of the poking and the prodding and the just can't stop, won't stop, just annoying, essentially. It's really just going to be death by 1,000 cuts. But we will see if that is the outcome or not. We have an Omni online here. I would presume that an Omni might be built in this base, maybe. Or even transferred over to Kelly so he can run it with the power that he has from all the air facilities. We do see a couple of Ilshis trying to make a run by. I don't know if they're trying to get to these mexes. No, they're going to go south, go for this mex. There is a broadsword sitting there, and it will pop up to start attacking those Ilshis. They will kill off another 6 mass a second. He's at 200. Team 2 is producing double that of Team 1, or Team Blade at this point, I should say. We will see if that ends up having any impact on the game. It definitely will. It usually does. It happens sometimes where matches are won by the team that's producing the least amount of mass, and that's even by a decent amount. But it's not always. Again, mass isn't the only contributor to who wins the game, but having a bunch of money, it helps. It's not solves all your problems, but it definitely helps. Blade sitting there. No upgrades going on board. His comp. I mean, even just going for a shield upgrade or something just to give him more hit points to survive any sort of sniper attempt. Because, again, all Team 2 has to do, at least at this point, is build a bunch of strats, run them in, and blow them up. That's it. And they win the game. That's all they have to do. Do they know where the comm is? They don't know where the comm is. I mean, they know where most of the units are. They might find them eventually. But I feel like, I mean, quick and dirty, just blow them up, call it a day. I mean, you could even go nuke and blow them up. You could even do that. I don't know if they'll do that or not, but we shall see. We have some bricks up here to the north. That is going to be a problem for Team 2. You can see some units falling back. Couple of sniper bots, decent amount of Ilshis. The comm is that. Oh, that's unfortunate if he goes that way. So he will officially make it a 2v1 here shortly. If he continues to push, Ilshis are moving in to try to cover the comm. I do appreciate this, that Kelly is trying to protect the commander, but I don't think that's going to work. I really don't. If he keeps moving those forces, nope, he's going to dip south. He faked out those Ilshis, and that's now 9 mass a second per T2 mech. It's eliminated. It's going to help the lead a little bit, or at least catch up to Team 2. But again, there's so many dead mexes here. He's still rebuilding mexes and upgrading them and whatnot down there. There's still more dead mexes there. And he's starting to get a handle on things, but I mean, that early just loss in mechs is really starting to hurt. We see sniper bots poking, prodding, and it looks like Pika Man will be fine. And sitting next to the corpse of Broby up there. And then, sorry, I found it funny that Broby's explosion is super small, and then the UEF one is super massive. Just the effect that it has on the map. I don't know if that's, I don't know, design choice, I guess, and you can tell which comm exploded where, but I just find that funny for some reason. Anyway, Ilshis and bricks engaging one another, going back and forth between the mountains. We have a couple of sniper bots poking and prodding at the bricks, and the bricks are now being shooed away. There's a lot of sniper bots coming out of that Seraphim facility for Kelly. We do see some ASF stacking up for him as well, so that's not looking good for Team 1 either. We do see AA over the top. Team 1 bombers, looks like the bricks are coming in to say, nah, go away, bye. Air grid looks like it's being built a little bit faster than Kelly, so he's focusing a lot on air and bricks, it looks like. He's kind of min-maxing, it looks like. Trying to do as much defense as possible while trying to go for air. Percy's are inbound from Team 2. We kind of knew they were inbound because, well, we knew they were building them at some point. It's a lot of pillars, though, and it's a lot of other forces. They're going after the facilities to cut down on production. This Broadsword would be a nice target. We have engineers reclaiming Percy's. That is what's happening right now. We have a bunch of Team 1 engineers reclaiming Percy's. That is... The APM to do that is insane. Be like, yeah, I have all this other stuff going on, but I'm just going to reclaim these Percy's because why not? And they're scooping some mass up and getting some reclaim. That's helping the catching up to the lead of Team 2. That's funny. That's the things that sometimes players do in this game is interesting. Hey, look, Zixter. Not Zixter. That's not Zixter. Sorry, Pika Man. Looks like he's going for Nano. I don't know if somebody messaged him and say you should probably just build some, something on your comm just in case. He's going for Nano. He might have it queued up for Advanced Nano. I wouldn't be surprised. Or even T3 just to give him more hit points to keep him alive longer. That would be funny to just see some comm that's not being controlled. It's just going to get a bunch of kills just sitting up there. We do see some forces inbound. The bricks went southward, which does open up the Ilshis to move westward. And we don't see a lot of bricks here from Team 1. That might not be the best move. He's not going for a shielding, but again, he's probably focused on a bunch of other things. We have sniper bots moving in. They're still chasing those bricks. The sniper bots will not stop chasing those bricks, and honestly, I don't know if that was the best idea. And the bricks are continuing to push. We have Percy's inbound to intercept, and I don't know why they're attacking this front. This is the weaker front in terms of T3 major land unit or main land units. We've seen Percy's be built out of these facilities for a while now, so sending the bricks this way, it's just the best matchup. If we want to catch up in eco, just rip stuff apart. Like up here, we have some T3 bricks killing off all of these T2 mexes, and that brick will maybe not survive. Nope, there it goes. Needs to focus on the mass, not the facilities themselves, because you're not going to you're not going to kill off the facilities before the bombers kill you. There's no AA on board the brick, so that's... Oh, he almost gets a second, third mechs, but almost got it. Team 2 is starting to lose their lead. It was about double about 8 minutes ago, and now it's only 60 mass a second in favor for Team 2. Team 1 has done a incredible job of catching up. We have T3 mechs is here, T3 mechs is here, T3 mechs is there, and we have T3 mechs is starting to be built back there. So he's really just getting that eco up, and really trying to catch up. And he's holding in, so it might not be the eco that wins the game. We will see, though. Lots of air facilities starting to be spammed up to get those ASF. Again, super surprised we're not seeing more air units from Team 2. Again, given the fact that we have land units and air units, that it's technically 2v1, technically 3v1, I'm surprised that there isn't an effort on, one player's part, let's say Zixer, to go full land and then full air and then just try to just suck away the APM. But ASFs, they engage for a smidgen of time. We have Percy's now being produced by Team 1. Love to see those. Ilshis are doing their best to deal with them. Parashield's also being assisting to protect said Ilshis. He's not producing T3 Seraphim. Oh, he's producing T4, though. Chicken is online. Team 1's Cybern base is to the north. That's probably where the monkey would be built. That's not good for Team 1. Because, again, send it to the base that's the least defended. And then just wipe out the entire base eco up there. And that would really drop that eco for Team 1. But he's sending it southward. And maybe he's concerned about this force. There's a lot of forces here. But there isn't that many bricks. If these were all bricks, that would be a major concern. But they're not. There's a lot of spearheads that are shooting at them. But again, they shoot at where the unit is, not the way a unit is going. So you do get some damage because the units are in a conga lining formation. So you get a little bit like, oh, I'm targeting this unit, but actually I'm going to hit this unit kind of thing. Because of the way that the time it takes to fire the missile and whatnot. 30 minutes on the clock. Team 1 at 1 player left being Blade. Team 2 at technically 2 players left because we know Pika Man's kind of not there, but we'll say 3. So in favor for Team 2. Bowie Nuke is inbound. I'm going to go look at this, but Team 1's at 600. Team 2's at 570. So Team 1 has the lead for eco. Boom! Nice grab there. Kills off about 45-50% of those forces. It will help a significant amount protecting some mexes for Kelly. We have some air fighting going down. Team 2 has air dominance. They don't have supremacy yet, but they do have air dominance. Oh, don't send them that way. That's where the defenses are. Send them, they send them this way. And bricks are inbound. There's a lot of Team 1 PD here. We have pillars in the base now. They're going after, I think, the P-gens. That one isn't built, so it's not going to do anything. the main pigeons. These two are shielded. The other two are not. And looks like they're just targeting anything and everything at this point. Just shoot, 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 shoot. But most of those forces are dealt with. And, oh, they're not going to get the T3 pigeon. The shield is down. So nice defense by Team 2. We have Bricks and Percy's engaging that Yuthotha. And it looks like a couple of T3 units died, but it's mainly T2. And that chicken is getting annihilated, honestly. It's going to get some veterancy here, killing off the last remaining Percy's and Bricks. But honestly, a couple more shots from the Percy's and that chicken. Oh, one more shot. It's all going to take is one. Oh, nope. Looks like I got some veterancy. Never mind. A couple more shots. Oh, barely dodges those. Hits the other one. Oh, that chicken is heavily damaged now, so not going to be that much use in the fight. But hey, it did wipe out the land forces, so there's that. And in the north, Pikaman is back. Pikaman is back. And he's not dead. Overcharge kills off the bouncers. I think he tried to hit the bricks, but he missed. And the Nana's going to help out. Bombers are inbound to assist. It looks like they got shot down. And Pikaman will survive. He's up to 4-star vet now. And he is back. We'll see if he gets transferred units or not. He might just walk at this point and see how much damage he can do. But now it is a proper 3v1 in favor for Team 2 at 33 minutes. And in the south, we do see Zixter continuing to just walk forward with that Billy Nuke. TMD needs to be built immediately. He does have Loyalists, Blade does, to be able to redirect those Billy Nukes, but I don't think that's going to happen right now. He has to get them from there to there. And there goes the Billy Nuke and kill off 4 facilities. Oh, nice grab there. Kills off 4 T3 land facilities. He's now at 18,000 mass kill T3 and Billy Nuke online. Love to see that. Loads that Billy Nuke even faster. There are some broadswords here, but again, the ASFs are going to be easily respondable to protect that comm, especially with him sitting next to some Cougars and whatnot. And some engineers to heavily assist with reloading that Billy Nuke. Ooh, that's going to hurt in about 2 seconds. We'll see. Again, he killed off 18,000. The TMD's not being built yet. Ooh, there he goes. Boom! He went 18,000 to 40,000, 20,000 mass killed off with that one Billy Nuke. And that's over 100 mass a second. Blade just lost. That is ouchie. Ouchie, ouch, ouch. That's got to hurt. Shield being built on Blade's comp. That's definitely a smart move there. SMD online in his air grid. SMD also online for Team 2's Kelly. Nuke would do a whole lot of work for one of the teams if they went for it. Killed off this. Could kill off this. Could kill off these bases and this. Oh, that's an SMD there. Never mind. So just that base to the north. And look at that. Team 2's Pikaman is continuing to charge. He's going to distract for the chicken. And again, he has regular Nano and T2. He is going to die, but he kind of knew that going in. And the bricks are... Now they're getting chewed up by the chicken. The chicken's at almost 2-star vet now, but there goes Team 2's Pikaman. Makes it a proper 2v1. The chicken is down. The ASFs were inbound to protect, but wasn't really needed at that point. Gunships, where did they go? Oh, they're up there. They were just in case the chicken broke through. Another Billy Nuke is inbound, going after more TMD. There's enough TMD now. That's not going to be a problem for Team 1. Tac Nuke has been started for Blade. He's like, I'm done. I'm done with it. If you're going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to be done with it. But there goes the Billy Nuke shot down there. 35 minutes on the clock. And now Team 1 only has to kill off 2 players versus 3. Which it would have been funny if Pikaman didn't come back and he was the last survivor for Team 2. That would have been funny. I've seen it rarely, but usually in bigger maps and lots of ponds and whatnot. But very rarely does that happen. Billy Nuke is done. Loading his missile now. We have Team 1 bombers going after the just spamming of the spearheads for Team 2 Zixter. A couple of engineers getting some reclaim. And in terms of total mass accrued, Team 1's at 670. Team 2's about 100,000 mass more at 770. And then reclaim-wise, Team 2 is in the lead by about 50%. So nothing too bad, 60-40. But, still a little bit of mass helps, regardless of if it's, 50% less than your opponents, that sort of thing. We do see some bricks wiping out the remaining Ilshis for Team 2 up here to the north. Again, it's just poke and prod. I have noticed not a lot of bouncers. We did see that there's some bouncers up here, but looks like they got killed off. AA being built, suits there being built as well to get some vision. ASF's inbound. They're going to collide once again. Gooding. Oh. No. They don't engage. Just a little bit of singeing from some lightning. And Billy Nuke is inbound. Team 2 also does have missile redirect systems on board Loyalist, but it's a air base, not a land base. But boom, hits the shield, does some damage to nearby units, but that will force Team 2 to fall back. Billy Nuke's going to be reloaded and then fired immediately right after. Might need to cancel that next one. TMD says Pika Man, and it looks like Team 2 has spotted the location of the comm, but again, he has 19,000 hit points. He will survive the first Billy, and Team D will shoot that down immediately. So no Billy Nuke. He's going to land it right here, and it's not going to grab that much. It's probably going to grab a lot of the parashields, to be honest. Team D with NG says Pika Man, and there he goes. Kills off a couple of spearheads, but mainly the parashields. So now those Cougars and everything else will not be protected. And I've noticed not a lot of Percys. There's this line down here about a charge or so, but mainly it's Cougars and spearheads. He's going for the more longer range and defensive operations. Another chicken and some whalers online. Again, bricks are falling back. At that point, you might as well engage. The chicken has the range advantage on you. You might as well. Team 1's trying to scoop up the reclaim, which I get. I mean, but you might as well delay it at that point by charging. I don't know. I felt like falling back might not be the best idea. Billy Nuke lands right before the ASFs collide. And again, there are some Cougars here for Team 2 as well. But looks like some of them got killed, but a lot of them are still alive. And Team 1 wins the air fight. Ooh, that might shake things up. Billy Nuke inbound for these Percys. They're moving just in case. Oh, looks like he saw the line where the Fat Boys were going. The missile was going. It will probably singe maybe a Percy or two. Percy or two being a squad of 6. That's unfortunate. Another Fat Boy is about half done. So Team 2 is going to have 2 here shortly. Chicken production has been stopped. Looks like it's 2 chickens online. Team 1 getting some more defenses online, but piecemealing it just constantly. Just couple of bricks. Is going to just feed that chicken veterancy and just honestly not make it great engagement for Team 1. They need probably gunships or something to deal with that. And there's no AA anywhere near. Not going to be a problem. Looks like, don't know what that was there, but something was there, I guess, at some point. And Team 2 is at 800. Team 1's at 650. So 2 was 150 mass more for Team 2. SMDs being constantly loaded. I don't see an SMD up here, so a nuke would be kind of nice to wipe out that facility there to the north. We have bomber spam inbound. ASFs coming in to protect the bombers. Again, the AA on board the chicken is pretty much good enough to deal with Team 1 bombers. Everything else is not, it's just not worth it. And another Billy Nuke lands, and it's going to be constantly pushing back Team 2. And especially with TMD, those Billy Nukes aren't getting anywhere near Team 1 stuff. And here comes that base to the north. The Cybran base is not looking so hot. He's at 3-star vet. He probably will get to 4, to be honest. It's a lot of bombers, though. He will get chewed up pretty quickly. There's the 4-star vet. I don't know if he'll get to 5, though. He has 30,000. He might. Honestly, he might get to 3-star vet. Sorry, 5-star vet. But there's also some broadswords in there. So, yeah, probably not now. But 61,000. That was pretty close. And guess what the next target's going to be right there? Immediately all the bombers are going to go right for that another chicken. And that Ion Storm will activate, killing off more facilities. As long as he keeps this, he's not in danger. Losing Cybran tech, but it's close. That Ion Storm is close. And all that wave of bombers kills off about 30% of the hit points. There's some T3AA and some flak nearby, but again, that's going to be about half hit points now gone for the chicken. Cooked. That's a cooked chicken. That is an over well done chicken. Burnt to a crisp is what that chicken is. In the south, not that much movement for Team 2. Again, they're stacking up a ton of AA. Second Fat Boy. Third Fat Boy? No, just second Fat Boy. No nuke. No nuke yet for Team 2. And there goes the chicken. It's dead. It was cooked. Very well done. No salmonella or anything going to happen from that chicken. More air grid, more air grid, more air grid for Team 1's Blade. And honestly, he is doing very well in the air considering. Team 2, I mean, they don't have that much AA defenses here. They have some here, so they could actually just run a line right down. Or even, yeah, that probably would be the best bet because there's a lot of Cougars in AA here. It wouldn't be worth it. You might be able to skate right alongside this avenue right here. Looks like it's just far enough away from the Cougars and just far enough away from the AA. Yeah, just far away enough. So might be able to just right where the comm is, just neon. But we are seeing a lot of gunship stack up. That is snipe-worthy gunships for sure. They are slower moving than bombers, though. But it looks like they're going to go after some Authams that are hanging out up here. They're talking to all the AA. Need to be careful. There's a lot of SAM sites, or I should say, guided flak being built for those players to the north and whatnot. But the Authams are dead. And again, there is an easy counter to land. Just build a bunch of AA and shielding. That's about it. And more air grid, more air grid, more air grid. The game is starting to die down in activity a little bit. If Team Blade was to eliminate the air grid, I don't know if that would be game outright because there's still this down here. But it might definitely lead. But the gunships push in, not escorted by ASFs. Oh, no. Oh, no. Some of them get out of there. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh. Yeah, I don't know why he went that way. Oh, they're flying over. Oh, why would you do that? Oh, there's like a handful makes it there to assist. Not by much. And looks like the lightning tanks are being spammed up. Team 1 AA is being spammed up. Again, I wouldn't have gone this route. I would have gone for the main base. T3 mexes are being targeted. All the AAs. He's just going to blitz through it. Looks like he is. ASFs are now been dealt with. Another Billy Nuke to the north. It looks like T3 pigeons are being targeted. I mean, yeah, it's nice to kill off the power, but honestly, not worth the gunship loss, to be honest. I don't know what he was really thinking with that, but oof, not doing great. 44 minutes on the clock, and that land army is inbound. And there's a chicken behind it. Why not harass with fatties? The time says Pika Man. Again, attack on two fronts. That might be it. That is a lot of Percy's now being produced. Is he producing them on board? He's not producing them on board the Fat Boys, though. And to the north. Ooh, not looking too great for this Cybran base. The T3 landing quarters is back up to full HP, though, but another Billy Nuke lands. And I feel like he should have just gone after the air grid. Because there's really not a lot of AA there, to be honest. Unless he has a nuke or something that he really wants to use. But then why send the gunships over there? That doesn't make sense. The nuke is more than efficient. T3 landing corners is being targeted, but it's not dead yet. It's not dead yet. And no Fat Boys. Oh, no, one's being built now, but it's going to take a minute to build that. Another SMD? Oh, it looks like he stopped producing. I'm like, I don't know why you put two SMDs that close together without any shielding or whatnot. Looks like to do something, build SMD at front and go with Fatty. I think he meant TMD. Well, he has TMD here, but Fatty's inbound. Billy Nuke is inbound. And it's going to hit, kills off a chunk of forces there. Hey, it's slowly whittling the forces on the ground away, so that's something. Billy Nuke is going to impact right in front of that chicken. There he goes. But T3 land headquarters is dead for Cybran technology, which means unless he stowed away some engineers, which he's doing so now, he's going to lose access to that. And there goes the crab that was being built. That would have been a nice grab, though. The chicken is almost dead. The T2 tickle cannons from the Cerberus side of things are going to help out a decent amount, but I don't think it's going to be close. And as long as the bricks continue to target the chicken will die. The chicken did not die. Got veterancy at the last second. Gunships are inbound. That'll kill off the chicken. 47 minutes on the clock, and there goes the attack on the southern side. We have two Fat Boys, one this way, one this way. Billy Nukes are inbound into the middle of that engagement, and that's going to be a kill box if I've ever seen one. And we have artillery landing from Team 2. Team 2's Zigster has built artillery. And without shielding, that air grid is going to go belly up, and that's not fun. Billy Nuke inbound. 47 minutes on the clock. The base of the north is gone. Now he has a attack vector to deal with that way. Oh, it might be a pretty good Billy Nuke, to be honest, but impacts the shield, kills off a ton of forces there, but the artillery is chewing away at the air grid. That's not good. I don't know why it's targeting. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it just has it right there. Maybe trying to target the middle of the area there. I don't know. But we have more Percy's moving south, where that Fat Boy is going to die here shortly. That was the one and only Fat Boy that Blade produced. 48 minutes almost on the clock. And that's not looking too hot. There goes the Fat Boy, dead pretty darn quickly. And honestly, it just came down to Team 2 launch an attack on 2 fronts. He wasn't able to fight back on 2 fronts, and that was it. And there goes more Autumn's dead. Chicken's in the base, and Blade is going to meet his fate by Chicken. Do we have a plan B, says Pika Man. Nah, just kill time, says Blade. And there goes Blade. Took you boys way too long. Indeed, well played, says Pika Man. Oh, he's trying to dance with him. He's dancing with him. Look at that. He's dancing with him. He's booping him. He's booping the chicken. Look at it. He's not dead yet. Look at this. Oh, look at that. He's back in the yellow. Yeah, right? What is going on? Do not. No. No. Don't tell me he's going to kill off the. No. Oh, he's taking some damage from the mountains behind him. 3,000 hit points left. Oh, he's out of range now. All he has to do is turn around and overcharge the chicken. Chicken's back up to 11,000 hit points. And he dies by He doesn't even die by the chicken. He dies by Autumn's. He almost killed that chicken off, though. Team 2 wins the game. 49 minutes, almost 50 on the clock. Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching to the very end. MVP for me, I do think Kelly getting the second kill of the game going after Sarge set Team 2 up for success. It took him a while to get that kill, last one on Blade, but they did get him. So there is that. I mean, the artillery was not needed. I think that's why Zixter was just slow. He was just going to make sure he was going to win the game. And I don't mind that, being like, hey, I want to secure the win. Don't worry about it. I don't think he had to wait that long, but I think a nuke would have been a bigger explosive environment to see. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't, why not hit the like button, subscribe, all those sorts of things, and I will see all of you in the next one.